TF2 trading has seen a big shakeup over the past couple of years. There have been a lot of items being sold for record prices, some unusuals going for higher and higher values, rare items also being thrown around, people even cashing out CSGO items in order to get involved in the TF2 trading scene. Some people thought that TF2 trading would kind of fall off a bit with TF2 getting less interest and less support due to the bot crisis, but it's actually been going up and up. And an example of that would be collector's items, which have gone up in price by 3 to 4 times. Some people have managed to get quintuple the value of an item that they traded for only a few years ago. First off, what are collector's items? Collector's is an item quality that was added into the game back in 2013, just approaching about 9 years ago now. And how you got a collector's item was via a chemistry set. Now, chemistry sets were rare item drops that would happen randomly. There was no way to increase your odds of getting them. It was just random chance whether you were selected to get a chemistry drop. Now, these chemistry drops were finite. There was only a certain amount that dropped. So once they stopped dropping less than a couple of years after they began, that was it. There was no more of these chemistry sets able to have, meaning the number of collector's items in the game is a specific number. It will never go higher. In order to create a collector's item from the chemistry set, you would take a chemistry set from a specific item and have to put 200 of that item into the chemistry set to create a collector's one. Years ago, I did one myself. The one and only collector's item I made myself was the gunboats. I had a gunboats chemistry set. I collected 200 unique tradable gunboats, put them into the chemistry set, and out came collector's gunboats. Now, these were able to be done on a number of different weapons across all the different classes. There were even cosmetic chemistry sets, so you could get collector's cosmetics. And these were obviously slightly rarer and slightly more expensive because getting 200 of a cosmetic is a lot harder task than 200 of a weapon. Now, if we fast forward to the present day, collector's items kind of were originally seen as Valve's way of trying to produce a bit of a metal sink. There is people with hundreds, thousands of refined metal in their backpacks, and that is the cause of the key prices to go up and up. The reason that keys can be bought for 50, 60, 70 refined is because there are people who are able to afford those prices. Now, having collector sets meant you would have something different to spend your excess weapons on to try and make a collector's items. But when this collector set stopped dropping, there was nothing else to spend your items, your metal on anymore. So collector's items were seen as a bit of a niche thing. If you liked an item or a cosmetic, you might get the collector's things, but no one seemed to really care. But like I said, over the past year or so, that has changed, and we've seen some prices go absolutely through the roof. Now, way back when they started first dropping, you could probably get a collector's item for something like 5 to 10 keys, depending on the weapon. But these days, that is not the case. I'm just going to take a look at a few examples to show you how much things have changed over the last 12 months alone. First off, we've got the collector's original here. It's one of the most popular weapons for soldier because it's has that change of the view model down the center, changes the angle which your rockets come out, and it's a very popular collector's item as well. Now, if we take a look, 11 months ago, so within a year ago, the price went up from 30 to 45 keys to 135 to 175 keys. That was just a year ago. Now, if you take a look back even further, originally you could get one for 10, 11 keys, and you think that's 10 times the price now. And when we take a look at the buy orders, there are people setting buy orders for 107 keys. They're willing to pay 107 just like that, and there is nobody taking these offers. And if you have one with spells on, you're looking upwards of 300 keys. Now, moving on. There we go. On to some of the more popular ones, which are the sticky and rocket jumpers. Now, these can't be strange. These don't have any other extra item qualities, so they're quite popular collector's items. And as such, they're some of the more expensive ones. 4 months ago, the price was changed to around 230 keys. And you can see there are people trying to buy them for 140 and no one is taking a bite. There is one for sale at the moment for 400 keys. And again, if you take a look sort of 8 years ago, we're talking 20 keys here. But again, as over the past 12 months, the price has just gone up and up. Again, same with the rocket jumper. Same sort of deal as the sticky jumper. 12 months ago, 365 keys. The price was changed due to some trades. There's a buy order for 330, no one taking a bite, and there's a few here on sale for 600, 750 keys. And again, if you've got, glitched professional kill streaks on them or things like that, they can be worth even more. Now, the Collector's Conscientious Objector is one of the most expensive, probably the most expensive collector's item in the game. Now, if we take a look, about a year ago, one was sold for 750 keys. We're talking over $1,000 here. When we're pricing keys at sort of 176, that is absolutely mad money. Again, that was about a year ago, and that was an increase on a price from 2 years ago and up from 3 years ago. So you can see the price is just going up and up. And there is a bunch of buy orders. These ones are just some hopeful bots, I think, or maybe bots putting in the wrong item. But we see here, without spell 485 or with a spell 600, no one's taking a bite. One for sale for 2,000 keys. Not sure if it would sell for that amount, but it gives you an idea, as there's only 34 known instances of this item. There's only 34 in public backpacks. Now, we also have some other more special collector's items, things like the Cowmangler. Now, the Cowmangler is one of a number of collector's items that can also be strange. So the idea behind this is that you create a collector's Cowmangler, use the Cowmangler Strangerfire to make it strange, and then you have collector's strange. And there's a number of these. Collector's Cowmangler is one of them. Now, a couple of years ago was the last time we had a price suggestion of around 111 to 139 keys. And you can take a look. There are buy orders for 125. No one snapping. No one wanting to sell because, these are rare things to get these days. We can move on to another example. The Phlogistinator is another one that can also be strange. And again, 2 years ago was the last time. 80 to 90 keys was the proposed price. And now we're seeing people willing to pay 126 just for a collector's flog. And even more, over 300 keys if you've got one with a couple of spells on. And if you have one with a Strangerfire, obviously that's got a little bit of a value as well. Now, if we go on to the next one here, Vaccinator is another example of one that can be strange, and collectors use that Strangerfire on the collector's Vaccinator. And this one is even more expensive. 2 months ago, so very, very recent. You can see 6 months ago, within the last year, we've had a lot of things. About a year ago, about 200 keys. 6 months ago, 270. 2 months ago, 5 to 750 keys. Again, we're talking over 1,000 for the Vaccinator. And again, it shows that value of being able to have a Strangerfied collector's item. And we can see there's people willing to buy orders, 250 keys. But when someone is buying around 600 to 700 keys, that is absolutely crazy. Now onto the one that probably people would have seen in the thumbnail, Collector's Titanna. More recently, 3 months ago, still in date. It was 570 keys. Again, at the price of about 176 per key. That's just around $1,000 for a Collector's Titanna. A Collector's Titanna is interesting. It's one of the few items that you can get in a collector's form, but you can't get even a strange form. You can only get unique Titannas. You can't get a strange Titanna. So a lot of Demo Knight mains out there maybe wanting to pick up a Collector's Titanna. And there's 53 of them, but at that price, how many people are going to be able to sort of afford 570 keys for an item that it's just a bit rarer, it's just a bit different? But I guess it's that flex potential to say that you have one. I took a look at some prices on some of the websites that sell for money. This is marketplace.tf. And you can see some of the most expensive ones. We talked about the jumpers, the rocket and the sticky jumper. We're looking at high prices here. The Collector's Conscientious Objector, there's one up for sale there for $5,000. Don't know if anyone's ever going to pay that amount, but it kind of matches up to the 2,000 keys that we saw sale up on Backpack TF. Things like the Classic. We've got the Airstrike here, which again you can see is strange, so it can also be strange using a Strangerfire. And things like the Gunboats and the Base Jumper, items that don't have a strange version are always very popular. And then ones that can be strange as well, like the Flog, you can see that you can go down and you can get cheaper ones, but you're looking at hundreds of dollars if you're going to be wanting to buy any of these popular collector's items. Now, I also took checked out Manco.store, which is another website that sells the items, or people can list their items for money. And again, we're looking at someone's listed a rocket jumper for 1,000 there. It was 1,300 on Marketplace TF. But again, you're looking at hundreds of dollars, even for the simplest items, things like a bootlegger. Again, you can't have a strange, but you can get the collector's Spicicle Criticola. Collector's items originally were selling for a few keys. People were getting chemistry sets. People were making them. And we're fast forwarding 7, 8, 9 years. And suddenly people are having these items in their backpacks and realizing that there's a lot of people who want them and they're selling them for hundreds of keys, hundreds of dollars, some even over $1,000. So it's absolutely mad. So hey, any of you who've been trading for a long time and may have a collector's item in your backpack, maybe check out the price. It could have appreciated tenfold in value, and you could be sitting on a bit of a golden egg there. But I just thought I'd take a look at this and see, because people keep telling me, hey, another item sold, another collector's item sold, the prices are going crazy. I just thought it was worth talking about. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like in the comments, do you think this is going to be an upward trend? The fact that no more of these can be made, do you think the prices are going to continue to go up, or do you think this is just a bit of a buzz at the moment and things will settle down? And yeah, let me know if you want to see more videos of this type, talking about how trading is going and changing in the TF2 world. But for now, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.